Announcements, January 13th is the end of the first semester, grades 9 to 12, end of the second quarter for grades K to 8. January 20th, 2020 is Martin Luther King Day. There's no school. February 6th, 2020, board meeting, work session, 6:30 p.m. at the FAB, Conference Room A. February 22nd, 2020 is the father-daughter dance from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Fairfield High School Arena. Board member comments. Mrs. O'Neill, would you like to start?
Sure, I'd be happy to start. I just want to thank you, Mrs. Ogg, and Ms. Pospischal for this work with the ACT, particularly the ACT. One of the wonderful things about being on the board is that we get to talk about the needs of all of our students, which is wonderful. This particular need is one that I feel personally, just where I am in my life. And so I have a senior and a junior, and I definitely have felt like we haven't done the best job of preparing them, and that a lot of this has fallen by the wayside a little bit. So I'm so excited and so passionate and so thankful that you are looking at the full scope of those needs, not just at the junior year, but that full range of this kind of issue. So I just want to thank you sincerely for working on it, because it's near and dear to my heart, and I'm glad that your eyes are focused on it. So thank you.
Mr. Begley?
Nothing at this time. Very well put. Thank you.
Thanks.
Mrs. Gundrum?
I agree with Mrs. O'Neill's sentiments, and I want to thank Mr. Smith and Mrs. Lane for the nice gift and the certificate and the presentation at the beginning. That was very nice.
Mrs. Shorter?
I echo those exact comments. Thank you, everybody. Mrs. Ogg, Mrs. Ogg, Mrs. Pospischal, Billy, everybody. Thank you so much for the gifts and the appreciation. We like that. That's it.
I had the opportunity to be in a sixth grade classroom this morning over at Creekside Middle School. I was a guest speaker in Mr. Lewis's class, and we talked about goal setting and setting aside setting priorities, and then also, staying focused on your goals. And so that life may happen and things may happen to you that are out of your control, but you don't really need to change your goals. You just may need to change your path towards those goals. And the kids were very attentive, which was nice. And they had great questions at the end. Of course, some of them thought that the board members no longer have jobs, that this is our job. And that one student actually said they thought we made $500,000 a year doing this, which I need to hire him as my agent. But it was such a pleasure to be in the classroom with those students, and I look forward to seeing what they're going to do to prepare now for what they want to do later. Because part of the instruction was there's things that you need to do now in sixth grade to prepare for what you want to do after you leave high school. So they took that, and I had a great time. So I want to thank Mr. Lewis for inviting me, and I look forward to doing that once a quarter. I've done it the first quarter and then the second quarter, and I want to continue that. So it was great, and I recommend that if you have the chance to do that, if you're interested, I can pass that information along that you're interested and maybe get another perspective in the classroom. But it's a different set of students each quarter. It's not the same students. So, okay, at this time, there is a need to recess to executive session to the employment, discipline of public employees under Ohio Revised Code 121.22 G1, court action 121.22 G3, pending and imminent litigation. Is there a motion to recess?
So moved. I'll second.
Any questions or comments?
Real quick, I accidentally left Miss Gentry Fletcher off of my list of people to thank, so before we're done.
Okay, I do not anticipate any action to follow. So, Mrs. Lane, will you call the roll, please?
Yes. Mrs. Shorter?
Yes.
Mrs. O'Neill?
Yes.
Mrs. Gundrum?
Yes.
Mr. Birding?
Yes.
Mr. Begley?
Yes.
Okay, we recess at 7:54 p.m. Thank you all. Have a great night.